What do you do if your child gets caught in a cycle of self-destructive or even dangerous behavior? Some desperate parents are having their children abducted, taken against their will to a behavior modification program.
The reality is torture of children.
A new Netflix docuseries exposes a behavior modification facility that was marketed as a boarding school in upstate New York. In the show, The Program, Cons, Cults, and Kidnapping, former students reveal the abusive conditions they experienced while attending Academy at Ivy Ridge.
And joining us now is the series director and a former Ivy Ridge student herself, Catherine Kubler. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's fascinating. I've watched the program, and the first takeaway that anyone has, Catherine, is, did anyone go to jail?
We're working on it. And it's sad that it has to take a Netflix documentary to bring justice for the children that were abused in these programs. But I'm glad the word's finally getting out, and we are working with law enforcement at every level to try to do what we can. Unfortunately, we have statute of limitations working against us. In the Ivy Ridge case, this happened about 20 years ago. And so we're limited with what can be done, but we're doing as much as we can.
For people who don't know, I don't think they think a lot of these programs exist. We hear about these, ranch where you send your kid for behavior. Tell us how you got sent there and how your dad got kind of roped into this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was begging my dad to let me go to a boarding school because I did not want to live at home with my stepmother, was having a very difficult time there. So he actually put me in a regular, normal boarding school for a bit, the Stony Brook School in Long Island. But I was only there for a few months before I got in trouble for having Mike's Hard Lemonade in violation of the school's zero tolerance policy. So if you're thinking about my dad and what position he's in at the time, he's like, okay, where am I going to put my daughter? I can't take her home with her stepmother. And what school's going to take her if she's getting in trouble? Enter Ivy Ridge. They say, hey, we'll take your daughter. We don't care that she got in trouble. In fact, we specialize in treating kids with behavioral issues, and we'll provide her with a therapist, and it will be this great, healthy environment. And you look at these glossy brochures and their marketing materials, and it has a name like Academy at Ivy Ridge. He figured it was just going to be like my other New England boarding school, but this time have therapy and be more helpful. And little did he know it was far, far from the truth. It wasn't even a real school. It was the largest case of educational fraud in the history of New York State until Trump University.
Catherine, we see some of the videos, some of the clips that were of inside the facility itself. What were some of the things that you experienced and some of the things that you witnessed?
When we returned to the building, or when I was there originally?
I'm sorry, when you were there as a student, yes. Or
when I was there as a student. Yeah. So, I mean, if you can imagine hundreds of teenagers living their entire lives within the confines of the facility, not being able to look out the window and be in absolute silence. I mean, it's truly amazing how they're able to keep all these children, teenagers quiet. But I don't think it's just a really hard thing to get people to understand what it's like to live in absolute silence for months at a time. And, we do showcase other abuse. Not all of it happened to me, but I brought along people who could speak to it, like my friend Diana and Quentin, who is kept in the intervention rooms for a long time and were restrained a lot. And then my other friends who experienced sexual abuse there. And it's easy to convince people of physical abuse. You can watch the security footage that we found in the building and see staff restraining and beating up kids. And that's wrong. But I want to really emphasize the point that even if that physical abuse or sexual abuse wasn't going on, the program, if running as designed, is abusive. Children should be allowed to talk and look out the window and have contact with their parents. So just the abuse of the intense institutionalization that children experience during the formative years of their brain development causes long-term psychological damage.
It's amazing. Some of the video you'll see, you go back to the old facility, which is abandoned in 2009 when it was closed. You find security video, you find old files just laying on the ground. Do these programs still exist, not at that facility, but under another umbrella?
Absolutely. And it's hard. And this is why I try not to name names, because As soon as you call out a specific program and they get enough bad press, they will change their name and open up usually with the same exact staff and even in the same building. So what I tried to do with this series is expose the methodology of how these places work. So whatever name they happen to be going by at the moment, you can spot the red flags. One, do they cut off communication between the child and their family? Do they blanket recommend long-term institutionalization despite what issues the child had? Like for me, being sent for a Mike's Hard Lemonade, or my friend Nikki, who is literally addicted to heroin, yet we're all being referred the same treatment.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous.
Interesting.
So you just learn to look for the red flags. But yes, unfortunately, there are still many, many of these programs operating right now.
Well, Catherine, it's a very interesting program. It's called the program Cons, Cults, and Kidnapping. You can stream it now on Netflix, and you can also follow Catherine on social media. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.